Well, hello everyone, my name is Zachary O'Shea, and this is Box of Teeth. It's also just another Mimic Monday, so let's go ahead and cover Mimic right now. Every Just Another Mimic Monday, I reach deep into that box of teeth and produce a homebrew Mimic for Dungeons & Dragons that I give to all of you. They're often a little horrific, sometimes a little bit silly, and this one certainly straddles that line today with the Balloon Mimic. I know what you're thinking. Your first thought, Balloon Mimic, that gravitates them being created by, say, a demonic circus, or a deranged killer in face paint, or perhaps a wish spell gone terribly, terribly wrong. In fact, the opposite is true. They're all the product of a kind-hearted clown. You see, some mimic polyps hitched a ride on a circus along the line somewhere, and when they were discovered, the rest of the performers wanted to exterminate them. The clown, however, saw potential. So he took the responsibility onto himself and raised them right. After all, what could be a better watchdog than a harmless balloon tied to a post? Or how about the perfect mode of transportation that cannot actually drop and let you go? Bandits decide to raid the circus? It's amazing how fast they will break and one of their own is devoured in the air by a feeding frenzy of balloons. Okay, so maybe the clown was a little deranged, but his heart was in the right place. And since they've been implemented, the circus has been remarkably trouble-free ever since. One cannot argue with the results. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at the Balloon Mimic statistics for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition. The Balloon Mimic is a challenge rating 1/2 tiny monstrosity with an okay number of hit points and a decent armor class. Again, it's only challenge rating 1/2. Like any other Mimic, it does have Shape Changer, Adhesive, False Appearance, and Grappler that can only change into the shape of a balloon. Its big ability is Balloons of a Feather, which has a couple of different parts I'll go over here. First off, they occupy the same spaces as another creature, as long as that creature is its same size or larger. And since it's tiny, it's pretty much any creature. Second, if there is another monstrosity that is allied with the Mimic, that's within 5 feet and also threatening the creature, then it gains advantage on its attacks. And third, if there are enough monstrosities that are all in the same spaces a creature occupies, and there's more of them than the creature's hit dice, then the Mimic deals maximum damage whenever it hits. The Mimic also gains a really minor fly and hover when it is in object form, and whenever it moves in object form, if it is grappling a creature, that creature moves with it because you're just floating on a collection of balloons. Lastly, of course, it does have a pseudopod attack, which is usually a nice long string, and a bite attack, neither of which do a lot of damage because, again, it is a tiny monstrosity and only challenge rating 1/2. I hope you enjoyed the Balloon Mimic. They could easily fit into any circus-based scenario. You could have one floating down a city street, or maybe just a single one out in the forest that's drifting along. That would be nice and creepy. I'd love to see how you would use them down in the comments below. You can always find it, dozens, if not actually hundreds of other Mimics, as well as hundreds more horror-themed monsters for Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, all perfectly free at boxofteeth.blogspot.com. If you're more interested in the horror fiction that I write, that includes Grease Paint right here, which has a killer clown. There are no killer balloons, but he would probably like to have them. Or you're more interested in the non-Dungeons & Dragons projects that I have, you can always go to www.zacharyoshea.com. All right, as always, thank you for your time and your attention, and have a wonderful rest of the week ahead of you.